From killing civilians in Iraq to pitching plans to seize Afghanistan's minerals and flood Gaza with seawater, Erik Prince is no stranger to controversy. The founder of Blackwater, a notorious private military contractor, the American billionaire has, as an independent operative, defied U.S. national interests, aided would-be dictators, and participated in shady secret meetings. So who is Erik Prince, and what has he done so far? Let's take a look. In 1997, ex-Navy SEAL Erik Prince founded Blackwater as a private security company. Blackwater started out by offering a broad range of protection services, from bodyguards to aerial surveillance, to the U.S. State Department, the Pentagon, and U.S. intelligence agencies. Washington's so-called War on Terror turned out to be a particularly lucrative opportunity for the company, however. After launching its war on Iraq in 2003, the U.S. paid Blackwater $21 million for its services in the Gulf state, and from 2004 to 2007, the company earned a whopping $320 million for its Iraqi operations. But Prince and his men began to go beyond just protecting people and started engaging in offenses that are widely considered to be war crimes. Between 2005 and September 2007, Blackwater's security personnel were involved in 195 shooting incidents in Iraq, with Blackwater employees initiating fire in 163 of those cases. And in September 2007, Blackwater contractors randomly fired at Iraqi civilians, killing 17 and wounding 20 in the incident that became known as the Nisour Square Massacre. Iraqis struggled for justice for years before 4 Blackwater contractors were finally convicted by a U.S. court over their involvement in the massacre. However, their sentences were never implemented, as Donald Trump pardoned them in 2020 during his first term as U.S. president. On his part, Prince didn't even bother denying that civilians had been killed. Why should he? This was war, he said.
Did your people ever kill innocent civilians?
It's entirely possible.
Instead, he evaded responsibility by changing Blackwater's name to Z Services and then selling it in 2010, when it was rebranded as Academy. After selling Z Services and abruptly relocating to the UAE in 2010, Prince was involved in a multi-million-dollar program sponsored by the Gulf state, among other Arab nations, to mobilize some 2,000 Somali recruits to fight pirates in 2011. His ties in the region deepened in 2015 when he assisted in recruiting Colombian mercenaries to fight against Houthi rebels in Yemen. Other mercenaries associated with Prince were also involved in attempted and successful assassinations, targeting numerous Yemeni political figures. Prince then shifted his attention to Africa, and during a secret meeting in the Seychelles in 2017, he offered to help Mozambique target terrorists and save its fishing sector.
He met in the Seychelles during the transition with Kirill Dmitriev, who was the head of a sanctioned Russian government investment arm, which had close ties to Vladimir Putin. Correct, sir?
Yes.
Your investigation determined that Mr. Prince had not known nor conducted business with Dmitriev before Trump won the election.
In 2019, he came up with a highly controversial proposal, pitching a plan to the U.S. that would have seen him privatize the Afghan army and mine the country's valuable mineral deposits.
My plan would say 2,000 U.S. Special Forces remain and about 6,000 contractors.
That same year, he reached an agreement with China to build a training center aimed at combating so-called Muslim terrorists in Xinjiang province, home to Turkic Uyghur people who face alleged persecution and human rights violations by Beijing. Prince's biggest failure occurred in 2020, when he was collaborating with Russia's Wagner Group to provide mercenaries and arms to Libyan militia leader Khalifa Haftar. Turkey-backed government forces foiled the plan, dubbed Project Opus, resulting in Haftar's retreat. A year after the flop, Prince pitched an idea aimed at developing a private military in Ukraine, despite his close ties with the Russian government. While that plan never materialized, Prince has continued to think up ways of profiting off conflict, with Israel's war on Gaza providing him with his most recent opportunity, prompting him to devise yet another controversial scheme, one that saw him deliver Israeli officials with a plan to flood Gaza with seawater.
I still think that the solution is flooding everything with a very high amount of seawater. If they need more help, Texas has plenty of pumps available, standing by, ready to go.
Despite a series of failures, yet not ever having been held accountable for the crimes perpetrated by his recruits, Prince continues to propose highly controversial and lethal plans to deal with global conflicts, plans that are extremely lucrative for him and his partners, yet devastating for those caught in the crosshairs or the crossfire.